The Scarlet Knights of Rutgers are never worried about the past. They look ahead to the next challenge and look forward to taking the next step to getting better. It's all about learning from the past and moving on. A new week and a new goal to go 1-0.
Dance, battle, dance.
In this week's episode of Our Football with Chris Ash, we head out with some of the players and go fishing.
I really love when more teammates come and join us. It's a lot of fun.
We get an inside look at number 5, senior linebacker Trevor Morris.
My family's actually from Jamaica, so they're big on soccer. So they've always been big soccer people. So growing up, it was kind of different that I was actually swayed more towards football.
We sit down with senior defensive back Isaiah Wharton and discuss his years of productivity on the banks.
Before the season started, we had a lot of goals, and one of them was to make it the postseason play. You only need 6 games, and we still have 9 left, and we've already won 1. So that is still on the table, and that's the main goal for this program. So we just got to keep working hard each and every day and continue to get better.
Plus, we sit down with head coach Chris Ash to find out why the hunt remains the team's catchphrase.
This truly is a time where the hunt is so important.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're always on. There's a lot of things involved with that. That's our attitude, that's our effort. We're always on the hunt to have the best attitude that we can have, to have the best practice, the best preparation, the best game.
And to preview the upcoming home game against undefeated Buffalo.
But this game is really about Rutgers. You're coming back home. You've got a chance to kind of build some momentum going forward for the rest of the season. What kind of challenge is this for your guys, and what do you want to say to your players?
Well, it's a great challenge, but a great opportunity as I look at it. We've lost the last 2 games on the road. One of our season goals is to play well at home and protect our home field. We have to do that here this Saturday.
It's all coming up on this edition of Our Football with Chris Ash.
Hopefully you've got your mind right. You've made a choice on what type of player you want to be today. You decide the passion, the energy, the level of execution, the physical and mental toughness you display. It is your choice. Today's a test of our character. It's a test of our culture. Some of you have been around here a long time. A lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, man. You make the choice how good you want to be. Get it, outside arm, I want it for you. The only way we get that done is you go really hard. Every day, I don't care how many games you win, how many you stay humble, you stay hungry, you keep getting better every day. Okay, that's what really good players do and good teams do. How about those Knights?
Can I get a book?
Yeah, there's one in there somewhere. Nice inner tube would be really nice right now.
It's definitely a great day, especially a day like this. You know, we're all done with workouts, no class for any of us. It's a good day to enjoy the weather, enjoy nature. You know, what better way to spend your afternoon fishing with the guys, you know, so.
How you doing, Travi?
Yeah, like that.
We grew up 5 minutes down the road in South Amboy, actually, so it's kind of really convenient that we're here. You know, I used to come here a lot when I was younger. I used to do really well with fishing. A bunch of my friends come hang out, fish, you know, catch a lot of fish.
I just got one right there. Weeds, not fish.
See it? Just got to cut it, reattach it. It happens.
What's that? That's frog? Take this. Huh? Take this. It's a frog lure.
The more activities we do as a team outside of just football, the stronger the brotherhood gets. I really love when more teammates come and join us. It's a lot of fun.
Probably never seen something as white as my legs before.
And I'm right there.
He did it? No way.
All right, so that's kind of how fishing goes. You don't catch something every day. That's why they call it fishing, not catching. So, it's awesome to come out here with the guys, get away from football, try and catch some fish, just enjoy this weather with the brothers out here. So.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Bruce Beck, along with the coach. Welcome to Our Football with Chris Ash. When I think of you, I say part teacher, part motivator, part strategist, part psychologist. So when you go through a difficult stage such as this, what is your overall message when you're struggling?
Stick to the plan. Stick together. You just got to keep working. A committed football team does what? Runs together, works together, stays together. A team with bad chemistry does what? Runs from each other, points fingers, blames somebody else. We don't do that. We're just going to keep working. We're going to stick to the plan. We're going to keep grinding. And this is still going to be a really good football team. I really believe that. We've lost 2 games out of 12. We got a lot of football left, and I'm excited about what we can still do.
How do you deal with the morale of your kids?
Kids are great. They're very resilient. The day of the game, when it's over, it's very tough. On Sunday, it's usually very tough. By the time they come back for Tuesday practice, it's out of their system, and they're ready to move on.
You're right, there is a lot of football still to come. Do you have to tell the guys that?
Yeah, they know that. We've discussed that. We've got a 3-game homestand coming up here. One of our season goals is to protect our home field, and we have an opportunity to do that here in the next 3 weeks. It starts with a really difficult game here against Buffalo, a very good football team. But our players know what's out there. They saw a crazy week in the Big Ten, and they've seen a lot of things happen throughout the country where teams were down and came back, or they were up and they lost. So there's a lot of things that can still happen.
How do you improve execution such as sure tackling?
Well, I think we've got a really good tackling football team. What happened Saturday was in the second half. Depth is an issue for us. We had a lot of turnovers. There was a lot of sit down and get back up, sit down and get back up. Our guys got very tired. When you get tired like that and you don't have an opportunity to rotate players, 2 things fail you. One, your ability to mentally focus and do your job, so mental errors increase, and then the fundamentals typically go in those situations. They had fresh backs. They were rotating 2, 3 backs in there in the second half of the game. They were able to continue to put in fresh running backs. We were not able to do that defensively, and the result was some missed tackles.
Raheem Blackshear had his second 100-yard rushing game. Do you need to get him more reps? Because he carried the football 19 times.
We need to continue to get the ball in his hands, but we also need to continue to find other playmakers that can get that type of production also. We can't be a one-man show. We need our other running backs, our tight ends, our receivers need to improve and get more production if we're going to be able to have a more productive offense.
And Jonathan Hilliman gives you a different dimension. He's more of a physical running back.
Yeah, Jonathan's been really steady here for the first 3 games of the season. Really like the leadership that he brings and the poise that he brings to the unit. He's done a great job with those young players, and whatever he's asked to do, he tries to go out and do it to the best of his ability.
I really like Art Sitkowski, but he's only 18. We knew there would be growing pains. How do you show the patience with him? You
just keep working with him. That's it. Art's a great young man. He's got a lot of pride in his preparation, a lot of pride in his performance. He's going to keep grinding to try to make better decisions on game day. And we have to, as a staff, continue to evaluate what we're asking him to do to make sure it gives him an opportunity to be successful.
When we look at the identity of a football team, do you think there's been one that's been established yet?
There's one that we want to establish. I truly believe that we want to be a big, strong, physical football team, and I really believe that good football teams can do 3 things. They can run the ball, they can stop the run, and they can cover kicks. We have not been able to do all 3 of those together in a game and put it all together yet. That's the challenge, and that's the goal.
You're chasing the other teams in the Big Ten. You've said that before. It's called the hunt. that really is accentuated right now. You can go back to the basics and go back to the mantra here and the motto of the program. This truly is a time where the hunt is so important.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're always on. There's a lot of things involved with that. That's our attitude, that's our effort. We're always on the hunt to have the best attitude that we can have, to have the best practice, the best preparation, the best game, the best performance, and then continue to try to improve upon that. And that's what the hunt is. We're just on the hunt to be the best that we can be in all areas that we need to be able to perform to the best of our ability.
We're on the hunt for another segment. Coach Ash returns a little later in the program to talk about Buffalo. We'll talk to Isaiah Wharton, the outstanding cornerback, next as our football rolls on. Stick around.
Part 2, the sequel, you feel me? Hey, whole lot of sauce today, whole lot of trash talk. I'm in my bag, you feel me?
Our football with Chris Ash rolls on. Isaiah Wharton is our special guest. The cornerback has started 39 consecutive games for the Scarlet Knights. Isaiah, when you look out at this field and you say High Point Solution Stadium on a Saturday for a football game, what comes to mind?
Just running in the stadium, it's an unbelievable feeling. Every year I've been here, we've always had a really good fan base, real supportive fans through all the ups and downs. Just the one word that's always described has been electric, and it's been that way since my freshman year. You definitely feel the fans every Saturday.
How much do you enjoy playing for this group?
Oh, I enjoy it a lot, and I mean, especially, you know, this year being named captain, it means a lot to me. I've put a lot into this program. I've been through a lot, and it's a true blessing to be here.
When you look at what it means to be a captain for this program, how do you accept the responsibilities?
One thing, since I got here, I just tried to lead by example. That was like when I first got here. I was learning from guys like Quentin Gauze, Anthony Chaffee, Sebastian Joseph, just taking pages out their book. And eventually, when I became a senior, I knew I had to step outside my comfort zone, start leading vocally, and that's what I've been doing this year.
You said it's a blessing to be a captain, but you're without Bless Austin this year, who was your running mate at the quarterback position. Does that mean that you have to step forward and do more?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, with me and Bless, there was days I would have energy. There's days he would have the energy. He would lead vocally. I would lead vocally one day. So without having that support there, we have a very young room. We got Avery Young, Kasana Abraham. Everybody's young, Jared Paul. So just I constantly stay on top of these guys 24/7, teach them how to watch film, teach them how to practice. So I'm taking the responsibility, and I'm glad to be their leader in that unit.
What do you say to the youngsters, the guys in the program that are kind of new, about struggles and the fact that this season hasn't started the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, just one thing, but I've been telling them that there's a lot of games left, and before the season started, we had a lot of goals, and one of them was to make it the postseason play. You only need 6 games, and we still have 9 left, and we've already won 1, so that is still on the table, and that's the main goal for this program. So we just got to keep working hard each and every day and continue to get better.
I think about the great play you made last year against Maryland, the last play of the game to secure the victory. In your mind, is that the best play or the most important play you've ever made here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely one of them. I remember earlier in that game, a punt had actually hit my foot, and I had given them the ball back. I remember running back to the sideline, I was crushed. I think they got points out of that drive, and the whole team just kept supporting me like, man, you're all right, you're gonna make a play. And I remember at the end of the game, we stayed true. We kept running man coverage. Coach Ash put me in a great position, got some pressure from the D-line, and I just made a play when my number was called. So yeah, that was very highlight of my career since I've been here. Appreciate y'all boys, man.
And you made the play against DJ Moore, who happened to be a first-round NFL selection by the Panthers. You're always up against the best players of the opposing team. How do you accept that challenge?
Like I said before, Coach Ash, he runs a real physical scheme, a lot of man coverage, and no matter who we play, he trusts us against whoever we're going against, and he likes our matchup. So it's a lot of responsibility to guard the team's best receiver, and I just got to go out there and make plays each week.
So you're from Kissimmee, Florida.
Yes, sir.
How the heck did you ever end up at Rutgers?
Oh man, I was the first one to go Division I from my high school. I followed up this kid, Zach Smith. He went to a AA school, and then school started coming in. So school started coming in once he got recruited. So I remember my recruiting process, it started off shaky, but eventually my senior year, a lot of Big Ten schools started coming in. So I knew I was gonna go far from home. And this is the Big Ten East. I'm playing against great comp every week. New Jersey's a very diverse place, and I like playing here.
And Florida has always been considered part of the state of Rutgers. Is that one of the things you thought about?
Yeah, definitely. I remember my recruiting class, we at least had like 7 or 8 kids from Florida sign. So yeah, that definitely helped a lot. On my recruiting visit, I was hosted by Janarian Grant. A lot of Florida guys were up here, and it made me feel welcome.
4-man rush. Collins airing it out, and that ball is caught and taken away. Wharton comes down with the interception.
You thinking about taking the next step next year and going to play on Sundays for pay?
Yeah, that's definitely the goal. Since I was a little kid, I've been playing football since I was 4. Like I said before, my family, they run a youth football league. Football's in my blood, so a goal of mine is definitely to play at the highest level, and I'm going to continue to work as hard as I can and make that dream a reality one day.
What about the education? Because I noticed that you're a communications major.
Right.
So you want to end up in broadcasting?
I mean, whatever's my calling after football, I'm willing to do. I kind of take it day by day. I invest everything into my plan A. Right now, my plan A's are football and getting my degree. I graduate in a couple months, so wherever life takes me, I'm willing for it.
So what's your message to the Rutgers fans who are a very committed fan base and are hoping for more wins for the rest of the year?
Yeah, to the fan base, I just want to say we appreciate your guys' support. Through all the ups and downs, you guys remain right by our side, and we're working hard each and every day to get this program where it once was and back to bowl games.
Isaiah Wharton, you look at his tackles this year: 4 against Kansas, 6 against Ohio State, 6 against Texas State. In the last ball game against Kansas, a pass broken up, a tackle for loss, a forced fumble. That's pretty good diversity in your part.
Right, yeah, just like I said, making plays whenever my number's called. I'm trying to help this team any way possible.
So Isaiah, since you're the communications major, and I know someday you'd like to be in this seat, why don't you take us to commercial?
More football coming up with Chris Ash.
This segment of the show is sponsored by RWJ Barnabas Health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Yvette Rooks, Chief Medical Officer for Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas Health Sports Medicine. It's flu season. Please get vaccinated. But just don't think about your flu vaccine. Get all your preventive vaccinations because the cost of a vaccine is much cheaper than the cost of getting the disease.
The R Play of the Game is sponsored by Nissan. Intelligent mobility.
Deontay Roberts, the first Rutgers player to return a field goal blocked for a touchdown since 2003. And this is our play to talk about this week. How did it happen, Coach?
Well, it started just with great effort. And that whole unit has done a great job so far this year, but we made a call. And it was great execution by Deontay Roberts, great effort. He got through, he executed the block, and then just a great scramble between him and Tyreek Maddox to try to pick up the ball and scoop it up and go score. And then what was even better was other players trying to go get a block as they're running down the field that was able to spring him to get it all the way to the end zone. So great effort, great execution, and just awesome finish by a lot of guys to make that play happen.
How excited was Deontay to go 64 yards to pay dirt?
I think he was gassed. So the most challenging part of that whole thing is when you score like that on defense, what do you have to do? You got to get ready to go again because you got to get kick off and then go back out there. So we had it was a real challenge, and we had to get the defense calmed down, get them collected again, and get them ready to go back and play some more.
What a play for the senior captain from Brooklyn, New York, one he'll always cherish.
Absolutely. It was a big moment in his career, a great play. Defensive players always dream about scoring, but to do it in that fashion even makes it sweeter.
Trevor Morris, senior, linebacker, Philadelphia, PA.
Let's go, man. Defense, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I got into football at a young age. I'd say I was like 12, 13. I've always been fascinated with the game of football, man. It's something that everybody growing up always wants to play. We all watch the Super Bowl. I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, so I always wanted to be like those guys.
He's a very active player. Pressure coming up the middle, and Haskins is sacked. And there's that pressure that you were talking about from Lamore and Morris.
My family's actually from Jamaica, so they're big on soccer. So they've always been big soccer people. So growing up, it was kind of different that I was actually swayed more towards football. You know, it's a passion that I've grown into, and my family actually supports me 100%. So growing up, I always was like, man, like when I play college football, I want to play somewhere where I know that the fans are going to have my back, the coach is going to have my back, and the atmosphere is going to be great. So when I came to the Michigan game, I felt that, I saw it for myself, and I was like, yeah, this is somewhere I want to be. You know, some of us are not from Jersey, so we're coming from, you know, PA, Florida, and stuff like that, and I feel like Coach Ash really tried to establish a place where we can call a second home, so a home away from home. So when we're up here, we're not going to be missing too much of home. We know that we got people around us that's going to take care of us. At the end of the day, Rutgers was producing a lot of people in the NFL, and then on top of that, people were getting great degrees from Rutgers. So I knew that this was going to be the home for me, and I knew like this was like made for me and my family. It was the best decision, and you know, it was all part of God's plan.
This game preview is sponsored by highpoint.com.
The Buffalo Bulls come to High Point Solutions Stadium this week, 12 o'clock on BTN. Coach, this is a challenge. This might be the best team in the Mid-American Conference.
A very good team. Lance Leipold, the head coach, has done a great job. He's going on his 4th year there. They're 3-0. He's done a great job of identifying players that fit their scheme, their culture, developing guys. Quarterback's been a 3-year starter. They've got some other guys that have been playing a lot of football. And they're well coached, they're sound, they play hard, and they're playing for each other. You can see that on film.
And KJ Osborne had 7 catches for 188 yards and 3 touchdowns against Eastern Michigan. They've got some weapons.
They do. They got a couple good receivers, really good receivers. They can take the ball the distance. They can make you miss. Quarterback does a great job of making decisions and getting the ball into the playmaker's hands. So it's going to be a challenge to stop the run as well as the pass.
Chin that ball, chin that ball, chin that ball, Norway. Good position, good position. Good position. You want to step up with that inside foot instead of having your weight here. And hit. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We got to fight to win the side now. Here we go. And hit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
But this game is really about Rutgers. You're coming back home. You've got a chance to kind of build some momentum going forward for the rest of the season. What kind of challenge is this for your guys, and what do you want to say to your players?
Well, it's a great challenge, but a great opportunity as I look at it. We've lost the last 2 games on the road. One of our season goals is to play well at home and protect our home field. We have to do that here this Saturday. We've got to clean some things up from the last couple weeks, but I think we can do that. This is still got a chance to be an outstanding football team. We just have to get a few mistakes taken care of. We got to come play on Saturday because Buffalo's a good football team.
What are you looking for from your fans?
You know what? I want them to continue to support our team, our players, and show up and create a great environment that will excite our players. We need them behind us. We need a student section behind us, and it creates a great environment that our players feed off of on game day.
Coach, good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you, Bruce.
That's it for this edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. We'll see you next week, everybody.